Alright, I want to do an unboxing and a review of the Sony ICD-SX2000. It's pretty much just about the exact same recorder as the Sony PCM-A10. So I'll talk about the differences and I'll talk about where it's in its lineup. Alright, let's go ahead and unbox this. I bought this as new old stock because I was looking for the Sony PCM-A10 for a nice pocketable compact audio recorder, but I couldn't quite find it, and I read a bunch online and I basically came across this. Quick specs are it's capable of 96 kilohertz at 24 bits of high-res audio. It's got two three-way microphones, 16 gigabytes internal memory. It's capable of 192 kilohertz at 24 bits of audio playback, but it won't record that at that level. And it also has the really high-end S-Master HX high-res audio amplifiers. So long story short, I guess they sort of made this product, I guess this recorder is also the second as like a high-end audio player. I'm not sure if they use those high-end things as the preamp as well. So, but the boxing is real nice. So you slide it out of the packaging, then it's kind of like this. I've already unboxed this before, but I'm just going to unbox it right here so you can see. Then the recorder's in there. Kind of slide it out. It comes with an instruction manual, and I'm going to pop this out. If you look at my other reviews, I was actually looking to kind of get something a little better than the Olympus or the OM Systems LSP5. And those microphones that are included on that recorder were a little bit noisy for my taste. And so here's the recorder itself. Here's the back. The Olympus one has a plastic, I think 1/4-inch threads. This is metal, and then also has the dedicated Sony's high-end audio output. Here, there's a micro SD on this side, a mic or audio in right here, and then on this side you have the volume buttons and the power hold button, and then it has a little USB slide out. So it feels a little chintzy, but believe it or not, it's actually kind of handy. What else is, so that's the recorder itself. We'll see what else is in this box. The box includes a really nice carrying case. It looks like it's actually made out of real leather. And so it's magnetic close. It's real nice. It comes with a foam wind jammer. It's kind of rudimentary. It's actually like a perfect circle. You know, like put on your thumb, but at the end of the day, at least it includes something. And then it also comes with this little USB extension, so you can use it. So that's as far as unboxing goes. Definitely better than the Olympus LSP5. The Olympus LSP5 has a micro USB port. I would much rather have this chintzy USB-A deal than the micro USB port. All right, now let's get into the review of the recorder itself. And so here's that carrying case I mentioned, and you can pull it out, and then I've already set it up and all, but you power it on. Now I'm gonna actually just start recording from here in the video. Maybe I'll overlay it onto the video. And here you can see one of the things online, there's a review of this, and it says that this recorder does not have an audio check level. Like, you can only check it during playback, and that's not true. Actually, I actually bought this knowing that Sony wouldn't do that. And it's very poorly described in the instructions as well, but you can check your audio levels before you actually start recording on this, but it's not like their other recorders. So here it says record and record pause. What you want to do is you just hold the record, and then there you go. It's not quite recording, and here you can see the audio peak level meters are, I can actually adjust it. So I'm going to pop it up a little. I'm outside, so I'll probably have to use the windscreen as well. But here, So now I can actually have adjusted it and I can just start recording there. I'm recording now. Maybe during the video somewhere in there I'll switch it over. I'll keep it recording for now so I can overlay it in the video. I'm increasing some of the gain. The maximum level is 30, so that's the highest the gain will go. Usually don't need to record with that level of sensitivity. And then as you can see, these mics can be adjusted back for an XY or that way or a direct. Now compared to the Olympus LSP5, I compared this with the microphones back to back. These mics are definitely quieter. The microphones and as well as the internal circuitry are definitely quieter than the Olympus LSP5, and they are much more clear and accurate to what you're hearing in the ambient sound. So since we're outside, I've never used this wind jammer before. I'm gonna pop it on. See if it helps us out a little. There we go. And you see I'm clipping a lot up there. Okay, so let's keep that recording. Now, what other things have I mentioned? This is in Sony's lineup. They have the TX, PX, UX, SX, and then the PCM. The TX is their super thin version to record like meetings. PX stands for personal. A UX is just like a universal, and this just goes up in, I guess, audio quality and features. And then the SX would be this. It's supposed to be like a studio grade, and then the PCM is supposed to be their professional level. Now they've re-released this with just about the exact same internal circuitry and the exact same preamps, battery life, and just about the same form factor with just a couple of tweaks as the PCM A10. The internal circuitry and the preamps are just about exactly the same. That's why I bought this, because I was looking for something better quality than this UX 533, but less bulky than my Sony PCM M10, which I have right here, and something a little bit faster and boots up quicker than and also more compact than the Sony PCM D10 I have here. I'm going to make another video comparing all four of these. So I settled on the Sony PCM A10 or the Olympus LSP5. I had the LSP5, but those mics, although good, were super noisy, and the preamps were good. The form factor I loved on that Olympus OM LSP5, but it wasn't quite, the audio quality just wasn't quite there. It was just too noisy. And so I wanted something a little bit less bulky than this, but I didn't quite want to go to, I was okay not being at the legendary low self noise of the Sony PCM A10, but I wanted something better than the LSP5. So then I was looking for a Sony PCM A10, and I really had trouble finding that. You can get them imported from China or Japan. I wasn't really interested in doing that, so I did more research and I found this SX2000, which was like new old stock, and I read a bunch of stuff and I just went ahead and got it, keeping my fingers crossed that I could have that, level adjustment pre-record, which it does have, and that it would actually beat the LSP5 and come not exactly as close to this, but just closer to this, which is what this thing exactly does. And so I've been really satisfied with this. I really like it. What else does it do? It has also, you can adjust and control this with the Bluetooth app. You also can use it as a voice recorder and audio recorder. It does high resolution as well. One thing it doesn't do, which I kind of don't know if I would have ended up using the feature on my LSP5. The LSP5 could be used as a USB microphone. This one cannot be. But between that, I like that this can pop out and it can charge through here. It does have a built-in lithium-ion battery. Now, compared to the Sony PCM A10, this has a little bit better battery life than the Sony PCM A10. And if you want to look at the different levels, here you can see you can record at you record for close to 6 hours and 35 minutes using 96 kilohertz at 24-bit. But if you go all the way down to MP3s at 48 kilobits. In mono, you can go up to a bunch of hours. This is the record times for once you'll exhaust the internal memory. And both the A10 and the SX2000 both have 16 gigabytes of internal memory, and this is for the battery life. Now, you can still record using an external power supply with this, as well as the Sony PCM-A10. And so other than some software tweaks and slightly worse battery life, this is effectively the same as the Sony PCM-A10. Other thing is the Sony PCM-A10 does not include this, and it has a carrying case which is not nearly as nice as this magnetic leather one. It looks like some really cheap neoprene thing, but it does include the windjammer. Alright, what else? Now, one thing I was nervous about when I bought this is how is the battery life going to be considering it's new old stock. Luckily, it's been sitting there in storage from whoever shipped it with really low charge, which didn't stress the battery at all. I mean, once I got it, I did need to charge it, and I haven't charged it since, and I have still excellent battery life. What else can I mention about this? That's pretty much it. So, really great, nice compact recorder, definitely smaller than this, close to half as big, easy to throw in your pocket or keep. You don't even notice that you're carrying it, and it takes a micro SD card, has a little speaker in there. It's good for high resolution playback if you want. The preamps are super quiet. You can use this microphone in as a audio in as well, and then you can also adjust the levels either manually or set it to auto adjust for both an audio input and a mic input. So overall, kind of a basic recorder, but definitely super high quality. I think this recorder's audio quality was so good, they basically cleaned up the form factor, made it a little bit smaller, and by probably decreasing the battery size internally, and released it as the Sony PCM-A10. But overall, this was probably they probably did better than they expected to do on this SX line. And the audio quality on this beats the LSP5 easily. And I think I would attribute that just to using higher quality capsules up top. Alright, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe.